Welcome to Stoic in Your Life, where ancient wisdom meets modern challenges. Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. This profound quote by Epictetus sets the stage for our journey today. In this episode, we're not just talking about emotions, we're exploring the transformation of being controlled by them to mastering them. Emotions, often seen as the chains that bind us, can indeed become the weights that drag us down. But imagine a world where you're no longer a slave to your emotions. A world where you can break free from these chains, not by suppressing your emotions, but by understanding and controlling them. Today we delve into the 10 Stoic brutal rules to become emotionless. This isn't about becoming a robot devoid of feelings. It's about gaining the upper hand over your emotions, turning them from shackles into tools, from obstacles into stepping stones. As we embark on this transformative journey, remember, mastering your emotions is the key to a serene and resilient life. A life where you're in control, not your fleeting feelings. If you're ready to take control of your emotional world and turn it into your strength, stay tuned. And don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to Stoic in Your Life for more insights into the Stoic way of mastering life's challenges. Let's dive in. Rule number 1. Embrace the power of silence and restraint in expressing feelings and views. In today's society, where expressing every thought and emotion is often celebrated, there lies an underestimated strength in the art of silence and restraint. This approach, while seemingly contrary to popular belief, holds a significant power in preserving one's inner tranquility. Open communication undoubtedly plays a vital role in various aspects of life, yet there is an undeniable wisdom in being selective about when and where to share our deepest feelings and opinions. The Stoics, known for their profound insights into human nature, frequently highlighted the value of maintaining inner peace and the perils of relying on external validation. Marcus Aurelius, a prominent Stoic philosopher, astutely observed, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." This statement underscores a crucial point. By constantly seeking approval or reactions from others, we inadvertently hand over control of our emotional well-being to them. Consider the moments when you've eagerly shared a personal triumph or a closely held belief, hoping for affirmation, only to be met with criticism or ridicule. Such encounters can be disheartening, potentially undermining our self-confidence. However, imagine the strength you could harness by keeping that power within yourself, not allowing the external world to dictate your emotional state. Choosing not to express every emotion or viewpoint is not about suppression. Rather, it's a form of empowerment. It involves recognizing that not every thought demands an audience, and that our internal world does not always need external acknowledgement. By practicing this form of restraint, you develop a robust sense of self-assurance. Your emotions, beliefs, and viewpoints become steadfast, immune to the sway of others' opinions. This rule is not about becoming emotionless in a literal sense. It's about fortifying your emotional core, making it resilient against the transient opinions and reactions of those around you. It's about understanding, as Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." By listening more and speaking less, you gain a deeper understanding of yourself and the world, leading to a more profound sense of peace and contentment. In essence, this rule encourages you to find strength in silence, to cherish the sanctity of your inner world, and to realize that not every inner turmoil requires external expression. It's about learning to navigate the delicate balance between sharing and withholding, between seeking external validation and finding inner validation. As you embark on this journey, remember that the ultimate goal is not to become devoid of emotion, but to master the art of controlling and understanding your emotions, making you a more centered, resilient, and empowered individual. Rule number 2. Put yourself first and become straightforward. Next, we delve into the paramount importance of self-prioritization and the art of being straightforward. This rule is the capstone of our journey, underscoring the necessity of placing oneself at the forefront of one's life, not as an act of selfishness, but as a fundamental step towards achieving unwavering emotional strength. The concept of becoming emotionless here is not about suppressing emotions, but rather about cultivating a state of being unshaken and driven. To reach this state, one must first ensure their own well-being. This idea echoes the familiar instruction in airline safety briefings: secure your own oxygen mask before assisting others. In the same vein, securing your emotional and personal well-being is crucial before you can effectively extend your support to those around you. It's a matter of being fully equipped to help others, only after ensuring that you are not neglecting your own needs. Straightforwardness, the second facet of this rule, is about embracing clarity and assertiveness in communication. It's about expressing your thoughts, needs, and boundaries in a direct yet respectful manner. This approach is far from rudeness. It's an exercise in honesty and assertiveness. By being straightforward, you eliminate the pitfalls of indirect communication and the trap of people-pleasing. This clarity not only prevents misunderstandings but also reduces stress and cultivates authentic relationships with those who value and respect your honesty. Implementing this rule in your life involves making choices that are in harmony with your personal goals and values. It's about learning to say no when necessary and embracing your true self without apology. It's a powerful affirmation that prioritizing your well-being and being straightforward is not selfish, but a crucial step towards personal empowerment and success. As we conclude this series, Rule 6 stands as a testament to the journey towards emotional fortitude. It's a call to arms to embrace your inner strength, to be unshaken, motivated, and successful. Consider the story of the ancient warrior who, before stepping onto the battlefield, ensured his armor was secure and his strategy clear. Like him, you are now equipped with a mindset of resilience and clarity. Life, in many ways, is a battlefield. And with these principles, you are more than just a participant. You are a conqueror. In summary, this journey through the 6 Stoic rules is not just about learning to control emotions, but about mastering the art of emotional resilience. It's about understanding that true strength comes from within, from a place of self-care and straightforwardness. As you apply these principles, remember that the path to emotional strength is a personal journey, one that requires continuous effort and self-reflection. Embrace these lessons and let them guide you towards a life of empowerment, clarity, and success. Rule number 3: eliminate toxic influences for emotional mastery. In our journey through life, the company we keep profoundly influences our emotional landscape, thoughts, and overall well-being. Imagine a basket of fruits, where a single rotten one can spoil the rest. Similarly, a toxic person in our lives can overshadow our existence, draining our vitality and muddying our decision-making abilities. The Stoics, advocates of self-preservation and dignity, recognize that while we have no control over others' actions, we do have the power to choose our associations. Diogenes, a philosopher celebrated for his Stoic and ascetic principles, famously remarked, "We have 2 ears and 1 tongue so that we would listen more and talk less." This wisdom urges us to be discerning about our companions and to trust our instincts. Take a moment to reflect on your own circle. Are there people who consistently spread negativity, instill doubt, or belittle your dreams? These are the toxic elements that you must learn to distance yourself from. The goal isn't to foster bitterness, but to acknowledge that for your emotional health, it's sometimes necessary to cut ties or create distance. 8. Removing toxic individuals from your life is not an act of hostility, but an act of self-care. It signifies placing your mental peace and emotional well-being above everything else. By doing this, you establish a shield against negativity, doubt, and cynicism. This step is vital in your quest to become emotionally resilient. It involves purifying your emotional surroundings, ensuring that you are enveloped by positivity, encouragement, and sincere affection. Remember, mastering your emotions begins with ensuring that external influences are in harmony with your internal objectives. Consider the story of a young artist who surrounded himself with critics and skeptics. Their constant negativity began to erode his confidence, and his art suffered. It was only when he chose to distance himself from these toxic influences and surround himself with supportive peers that his creativity and self-assurance flourished. This transformation highlights the profound impact our social environment has on our emotional state. In conclusion, the path to emotional mastery and becoming emotionless involves a conscious choice of who we allow into our lives. It's about recognizing and distancing ourselves from toxic influences, not out of malice but as a necessary step towards self-care and emotional resilience. By fostering a supportive and positive environment, we align our external world with our inner aspirations, paving the way for emotional strength and well-being. This journey is not just about controlling emotions, but about cultivating an environment where our emotions can thrive healthily and constructively. Rule number 4. Don't care for everyone and become less empathetic. Empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings of another, is often hailed as a pinnacle of human virtues. It's the bridge that connects us, offering comfort and fostering bonds. Yet there's a hidden cost to this emotional generosity. Excessive empathy can be a heavy burden, sapping our mental and emotional strength. It immerses us in the troubles and feelings of others, sometimes at the expense of our own well-being. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus wisely remarked, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This insight is particularly relevant to empathy. Feeling for others is natural, but it's vital to discern when to engage and when to step back. Consider the metaphor of a sponge soaking up every droplet of water it encounters. If it never gets wrung out, it becomes oversaturated and ineffective. In a similar vein, when we overly invest ourselves emotionally in everyone and everything, we risk emotional inundation. Our judgment gets clouded, our vitality drains away, and we lose sight of our personal needs and goals. This isn't to advocate for a cold indifference to the sorrows or joys of others. Rather, it's about practicing selective empathy. It's about deciding when to emotionally invest and when to maintain a degree of detachment. This approach shields you from unnecessary emotional upheaval and ensures that your empathy, when given, is sincere, focused, and meaningful. In the quest to master one's emotions, this selective empathy is a potent tool. It enables you to traverse the world with lucidity, ensuring that your emotional resources are judiciously used, not wasted on every fleeting emotion or circumstance. Let's recall a famous Stoic quote, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality," by Seneca. This highlights the importance of distinguishing between what truly requires our emotional attention and what is merely a product of our overactive empathy. In today's fast-paced, interconnected world, where we are bombarded with information and the emotions of others, this rule is more relevant than ever. It's a call to focus on what truly matters, to conserve our emotional energy, and to use it where it can have the most significant impact. By doing so, we not only protect our emotional well-being but also enhance the quality of our interactions and contributions to the lives of others. Rule number 5. Set boundaries and stop being always available. In the quest for emotional mastery, a crucial step is the establishment of boundaries, both physical and emotional. This is pivotal in preserving our individuality and overall well-being. In today's world, where the expectation is to be incessantly connected and available, the art of setting boundaries might appear daunting. Yet it's this very action that paves the way to emotional liberation and fortitude. The Stoics, with their profound understanding of life, emphasize the significance of time and the necessity for introspection. Reflecting on Seneca's wisdom, "All the time you have only belongs to you," we must question ourselves. How often do we squander our time in the pursuit of being constantly accessible? Are we too quick to respond to every message, too eager to meet every demand? Failing to establish boundaries sends a clear message to the world. Our time, energy, and emotional well-being are trivial and easily expendable. This relentless availability can culminate in burnout, resentment, and a plethora of negative emotions, akin to leaving the doors of your home wide open for any intruder to disrupt your tranquility. Establishing boundaries is not just a necessity, it's an act of self-respect. It's a bold statement that your time, emotional energy, and peace of mind are precious. It involves learning to say no without feeling guilty, taking time for oneself without needing to justify it, and understanding that being less available doesn't equate to caring less. In fact, it signifies that you also care about your own well-being. In the journey towards emotional stoicism, setting boundaries is not just a step, but a cornerstone. It safeguards your emotional reservoir from being incessantly depleted. It empowers you to maintain a balance and strength irrespective of external pressures or demands. Incorporating this rule into modern life involves practical steps. It means prioritizing tasks and understanding that not everything requires your immediate attention. It's about recognizing that your mental health is paramount, and that by preserving it, you become more effective in all areas of life. This approach is not about becoming uncaring or distant. Rather, it's about achieving a state of emotional equilibrium where you can respond to situations with clarity and strength. To echo the words of another great Stoic philosopher, Marcus Aurelius, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." This encapsulates the essence of setting boundaries. It's about controlling your inner world, your reactions, and your emotions, thereby gaining true mastery over yourself. By doing so, you not only protect your emotional well-being, but also enhance your ability to contribute positively to the lives of others, striking a balance between self-care and compassion. Rule number 6. Don't love anyone too much. Love, an emotion as ancient as time itself, serves as a cornerstone in the human experience, offering connection, meaning, and joy. Yet, in its excess, love transforms into a perilous force, clouding judgment, breeding vulnerability, and steering us towards sorrow when it remains unreciprocated or is lost. The Stoics, those venerable sages of emotional fortitude, frequently warned against the perils of over-attachment. Consider the words of Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic luminary, who asserted, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This strength, as Aurelius envisioned, lies in loving without being ensnared by attachment. It's about valuing the splendor of a bond without allowing it to overshadow your entire being. Reflect on moments in your life when love might have tipped into overindulgence, where another's choices or actions became the compass of your happiness. The sting of betrayal, the wrenching pain of heartbreak, or the sheer disappointment of unfulfilled expectations can be devastating. Yet imagine a world where you could love with fervor but without the fragility. The secret is in recognizing the transient nature of love, akin to all emotions. It ebbs and flows, and while it's with us, it deserves to be treasured. However, it must not become the anchor that restrains us. Rather, envision love as a breeze that fills your sails, guiding, not dictating your course. Your path should be steered by you alone. By mastering the art of unattached love, you shield your heart and fortify your spirit. You learn to forge profound connections without the dread of losing your essence in them. This marks the initial stride towards true emotional mastery, where you reign over your emotions instead of being governed by them. Seneca, who advised, "If you wish to be loved, love." This simple yet profound statement encapsulates the essence of detached love. It's about giving love freely, without the expectation of receiving it in return, thus liberating oneself from the chains of dependency and emotional turmoil. In essence, the journey to emotional mastery begins with understanding and practicing the art of love. A love that is generous, yet free from the shackles of overdependence. It's about loving wholeheartedly, yet not allowing that love to become the sole determinant of your happiness and peace. By doing so, you embark on a path of resilience and inner strength, where emotions are experienced, appreciated, but never allowed to overpower the stoic tranquility of your mind. Rule number 7. Reject external validation and seek inner approval. In the journey of mastering emotions, one pivotal rule is the rejection of external validation in favor of inner approval. This concept, deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy, emphasizes the significance of self-reliance for emotional stability. Marcus Aurelius, a prominent Stoic philosopher, eloquently captured this idea, stating, It is not the things themselves that disturb people, but their judgments about these things. This profound statement highlights the power of perception over our emotional state. When we depend on others for validation, we inadvertently grant them control over our feelings and self-esteem. To cultivate emotional resilience, it's essential to shift our focus from seeking external approval to nurturing internal satisfaction. This shift involves basing decisions on personal values and principles, and finding contentment in these choices. Irrespective of external opinions, it's about developing a robust sense of self-worth that stands independent of external praise or criticism. Embracing this rule means fostering a strong inner compass to guide your actions and decisions. It's about authenticity, being true to oneself, and deriving fulfillment from personal judgment. By discarding the need for external validation, you shield yourself from the emotional turbulence that often accompanies the pursuit of approval from others. Incorporating a relevant story can further illustrate this principle. Consider the tale of a renowned artist who, despite achieving widespread acclaim, felt unfulfilled because he tailored his art to suit popular trends rather than expressing his true vision. It was only when he began creating art that resonated with his inner values, irrespective of public opinion, that he found genuine satisfaction and emotional peace. This story mirrors the Stoic belief in the importance of internal validation over external acclaim. So, cultivate a life where your sense of worth and emotional well-being are anchored in your own beliefs and values, not in the fickle and often unattainable approval of others. By doing so, you not only become more emotionally resilient, but also lead a more authentic and fulfilling life. This approach to life is not just about becoming emotionless. It's about mastering your emotions to live a life true to yourself. Rule number 8. Practice indifference to pleasure and pain. In the journey of mastering Stoicism, a philosophy that has guided men through the ages, we encounter rule number 8. Practice indifference to pleasure and pain. This principle, deeply rooted in Stoic teachings, is a call to maintain equanimity in the face of life's varied experiences. Epictetus, a luminary in Stoic thought, encapsulated this idea perfectly when he said, "Do not seek to have events happen as you want them to, but instead want them to happen as they do happen, and your life will go well." His words echo the essence of this rule, embracing life's ebbs and flows with a balanced perspective. The practice of indifference is not about suppressing emotions or denying pleasure and pain. Rather, it's about understanding the transient nature of these experiences. Success and failure, joy and sorrow, are fleeting moments that do not define our core being. By internalizing this, we cultivate emotional resilience, shielding ourselves from being tossed about by every wave of circumstance. Imagine the ocean. Its surface may be battered by storms and waves, yet its depths remain undisturbed, serene, and stable. In emulating the ocean's depths, we too can learn to remain calm and composed, irrespective of the surface-level chaos. This metaphor beautifully illustrates the power of Stoic indifference. It's not about being devoid of emotion, but about being anchored in our inner tranquility. In our modern lives, this rule is more relevant than ever. The world today is a whirlwind of change and uncertainty, and it's easy to be swept away by the highs of success or the lows of failure. But by practicing Stoic indifference, we can navigate these challenges with a steady mind and a calm heart. We learn to appreciate the good moments without clinging to them, and to accept the bad moments without despair. Let us recall the words of another Stoic philosopher, Seneca, who said, "Life is like a play. It's not the length but the excellence of the acting that matters." This quote reminds us that it's not the external events of our lives that define us, but how we respond to them. By practicing indifference to pleasure and pain, we can act with excellence, playing our part in life's drama with grace and strength. In conclusion, this is a powerful guide for men seeking emotional mastery. It teaches us to view life's pleasures and pains with a detached yet understanding eye. By doing so, we become like the ocean's depths, calm, resilient, and unshaken. This is the path to becoming truly emotionless, not in the sense of lacking feelings, but in being in complete control of them. ready to face whatever life throws our way with a steady heart and a clear mind. Rule number 9. Embrace solitude and self-reflection. In the journey to master our emotions, embracing solitude and self-reflection emerges as a pivotal rule. Often confused with loneliness, solitude is a profound tool, one that the Stoics, with their deep wisdom, utilized for self-reflection and personal growth. Reflect on the words of Seneca, a sage in the Stoic philosophy, who once remarked, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future." This profound happiness, unshackled from the future's uncertainties, is nurtured in solitude's embrace, where we disconnect from the external clamor and delve into our inner world. Picture yourself in a tranquil space, away from the world's chaos. Here, in this solitude, you have the liberty to introspect, to question the very fabric of your beliefs, dissect your emotions, and unearth your deepest desires. It's in these serene moments that your inner voice resonates with utmost clarity. Such practices are instrumental in severing ties with societal noise, the burdensome expectations of others, and the relentless influx of information that besieges us daily. Envision a realm where you remain unswayed by fleeting trends, idle gossip, or the judgments of others. A realm where your choices stem from your core values and profound understanding. This is the sanctuary solitude offers. It's not an act of renouncing society, but rather constructing an inner bastion of tranquility and lucidity. Within this bastion, emotions that cloud judgment, like anxiety, fear, and uncertainty, find no refuge. Embracing solitude also cultivates the art of cherishing one's own company, diminishing the reliance on external sources for joy and validation. This principle is vital in our quest to become emotionless, as it nurtures a robust sense of self-dependence and inner serenity. Remember the words of another Stoic philosopher, Marcus Aurelius, who said, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." This rule, therefore, is not just about finding quietude, but about discovering a powerful ally within ourselves, an ally that guides us to emotional mastery and a life of stoic calm. Rule number 10. Cultivate rational thinking over emotional reactivity. In the realm of Stoicism, there's a profound emphasis on the power of rational thinking and logic. The Stoics, with their deep wisdom, understood that emotional reactivity often stems from flawed judgments and a lack of rationality. As the great Stoic philosopher Seneca once insightfully remarked, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." This rule, therefore, is not just a guideline but a transformative approach to life. It's about facing life's myriad situations armed with logic and reason, rather than being at the mercy of impulsive and often misleading emotions. By nurturing a mindset grounded in rational thinking, you embark on a journey of seeing the world through a lens of objectivity. You learn to dissect situations, not with the scalpel of emotions, but with the tools of facts and logic. This methodical approach is a shield against the storms of stress, anxiety, and emotional turmoil. You're no longer a puppet to impulsive reactions. Instead, you become a thoughtful responder, a master of your inner world. To truly embrace and practice this rule, it's crucial to develop a habit of pausing before reacting. In that pause lies your power. It's the moment where you switch gears from an emotional to a logical standpoint. Assess situations with a clear, unclouded mind. Consider the long-term consequences of your actions. How will this decision affect your future? Is it in harmony with your core values and goals? This practice is not just about maintaining emotional balance, it's about aligning your actions with the person you aspire to be. Let's not forget the words of another Stoic sage, Marcus Aurelius, who said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This rule is a testament to that power. It's about harnessing the strength of your mind to rise above the transient waves of emotions. It's about building resilience, self-reliance, and an unshakable inner strength. In conclusion, this rule, along with the others, forms a comprehensive guide to mastering your emotions and achieving a state of stoic calmness. Each rule is a stepping stone to emotional control, offering practical, actionable advice. They are not just rules, they are tools for building a life of resilience, a life where you are the architect of your inner peace and strength. Remember, in the grand theater of life, emotions are but actors. It's your rational mind that holds the script. As we wrap up our exploration of the 10 Stoic brutal rules to become emotionless, it's clear that mastering our emotions is not about suppressing them, but about understanding and directing them with wisdom and strength. Each rule we've discussed is a step towards emotional resilience, a journey to a place where emotions serve us rather than control us. Remember, the path to becoming emotionless in the Stoic sense is not about being devoid of feelings, but about being unshaken by the storms of life. It's about cultivating a mindset where you are in control of your reactions, where your inner peace remains undisturbed by external chaos. As you reflect on these rules and integrate them into your life, I encourage you to share this journey with others. If you found value in today's video, please hit the like button and share it with someone who might benefit from these teachings. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Stoic in Your Life, and turn on notifications. This way you won't miss out on our upcoming videos, which are designed to empower you, challenge you, and help you grow stronger each day. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. Carry this strength with you, and step into each day as a warrior equipped with the wisdom of the Stoics. Thank you for watching, and remember, your journey to emotional mastery is just beginning. Embrace it with courage and let nothing hold you back. Until next time, stay strong, stay wise, and continue to write your own story.